The products showcased in the slides are conceptualized based on initial specifications. It's important to note that the features discussed may or may not be included in the final release versions, and the anticipated release dates are subject to change. Furthermore, all specifications mentioned are subject to potential adjustments without prior notification.
Welcome to our overview of Geovision products for 2024. This is the part 2 of the webinar. Let's move on to our software solutions. Starting with the VMS. VMS version 18.3.3 update brings support for new R-series cameras and the use of Decoder Box Optimal as a remote display monitor. The update adds the ability to quickly select 5 recent audio clips from the VMS content list for playback on the IP speaker and trigger the playback of a pre-selected audio clip when an input is triggered. Some other existing features of VMS version 18.3.3 include People Vehicle Motion Detection, integration with camera AI features and fisheye with PTZ object tracking. VMS version 18.3.3 also supports face detection, face mosaic, face recognition integration, face search as well as other features such as POS integration and smart motion search. Next we have VMS V20. VMS V20 increases the camera channel count from 64 channels in VMS V18 to 256 channels. It comes with a built-in face recognition engine allowing the VMS to recognize faces without the need to integrate GVFR cameras and GVAFR. Recognized faces can then be tracked on the VMS EMAP to better visualize the path of the person of interest. The event list keeps the user updated on all VMS events and alerts such as AI events, object attributes, system and general events. AI Query allows the user to search for events based on specific criteria. Users can search for detected faces using a snapshot and further filter these results based on gender and age. AI Query Events allows the user to search the events based on AI event type. AI Query by People allows users to search for people based on gender, age, and clothing color. AI Query by Vehicle allows users to search for vehicles based on vehicle type and color. VMS V20 is free up to 64 channels and using Geovision cameras and supports 16-channel PVD or up to 64-channel PVD with 1 GVAI accelerator module. VMS can be connected to GV Cloud so users can query AI events using GV Cloud's AI search function which we will cover later on. Edge Recording Manager. Edge Recording Manager version 2.2.8 adds support for the new R-series cameras and RNVR256G0N. It supports multi-channel playback export for UASNVR, HD DVR and GV SNVR 3203-6403 hosts. GPU decoding on 13th Gen Intel CPUs and support for Decoder Box Optimal as a remote display monitor is also added. The next Edge Recording Manager software version 2.3 will support 4K monitors, system logs and PC keyboard shortcuts. It also adds the ability to schedule backups of videos files on the ERM. Control Center. Control Center version 4.2.1 adds support for new IP cameras, SNVR and UASNVR and HD DVR models. Like VMS version 18.3.3, the update adds the ability to quickly select 5 recent audio clips for playback on the IP speaker and the use of Decoder Box Optimal as a remote display monitor. To add a layout to a decoder box, right-click on the decoder box in Control Center and create a new layout, drag and drop the cameras you want to display onto the layout. AI Guard. AI Guard V2.0's vehicle detection can now identify the vehicle's brand and type. When combined with AI Guard's LPR function, the vehicle detection function can be applied to automatic car washes like the example here. The car first drives into the detection zone and AI Guard captures the license plate, car type, brand and color. The captured information is compared to the system database for authentication. Users can set the authentication to be single or multi-factor. If the captured information matches, the gate is open to grant the vehicle access to the car wash. As the name suggests, fall detection allows AI Guard to detect when a person falls down. This analytic is especially useful in hospitals and assisted living communities to alert the on-site staff of potential injury and request timely assistance. OCR for ISO container code now supports reading the container codes on both the side and back of the container. In summary, AI Guard version 2.0 enhances the vehicle detection analytic to provide more detailed information such as vehicle type and brand. The addition of fall detection and OCR for container codes expands on the growing list of video analytic features AI Guard offers to meet the diverse demands of customers. AI Guard v2.0's video analytics can be split into PVA Basic and PVA Advanced. PVA Basic uses keyframes for analytics while PVA Advanced uses our tracking algorithm which tracks the object quantity, direction and time to provide more accurate analytic results. Do note that each PVA Advanced analytic takes up 2 license ports. Enterprise. The Geovision Enterprise software is bundled with Control Center v4 and supports internal, external dongles and software licensing. Geovision Enterprise now supports camera local mode for VMS hosts which enables Enterprise to connect to remote VMS hosts not located under the same LAN. With camera local mode on, the VMS manages the IP cameras directly. Enterprise will not be able to assign cameras to the VMS. However, Enterprise can connect to the remote VMS hosts using the GVVPN function. With camera local mode off, Enterprise can assign cameras to the VMS under the condition that the VMS, cameras and Enterprise are located under the same LAN. Do note, some Enterprise functions are only available with camera local mode turned off. Enterprise centralizes user credential management for large-scale installations and can be integrated with Active Directory user databases. Furthermore, Enterprise has many remote host configuration and maintenance functions such Remote Config, which is a built-in remote desktop tool. Remote camera firmware and Geovision software patch and software version updates. Remote host recording setting configuration. Remote live view display layout configuration. Enterprise also features a web-based client for live view and playback. Enterprise simplifies and consolidates the configuration and maintenance of host software for large-scale installations, saving time and making it easy for the user to keep the surveillance system running in top condition. Other features include enabling double password on VMS hosts so that users need to input 2 VMS supervisor passwords to access the view log for video playback and backing up host software settings. Next we have 2 new software solutions for monitoring center users. The first being the AI Inference Server which adds people and vehicle detection filtering to motion events received by Center v2 Pro, and the second being Center v3, a cloud-based monitoring center solution with centralized account management and load balancing. First, let's go over the AI Inference Server, or AIS in short. AIS requires an internal or external license dongle and a GVAI accelerator module. It also requires Center v2 Pro for integration. Here is the structure of AIS. VMS v17 or VMS version 18.3.2 sends pixel-based motion events to the Center v2 Pro which then forwards the events to AIS for PVD motion filtering. The filtered events are then sent back to Center v2 Pro for the monitoring center operator to review. PVD events filtered by AIS will have a red label to alert the monitoring center operator. AIS adds PVD capability to VMS v17 hosts connected to Center v2 Pro and is great for existing customers that already have VMS v17 and VMS version 18.3.2 installed on-site. PVD filtering of AIS reduces monitoring center operator loading by reducing false alarms, ultimately improving the decision-making and reaction time for alarm events. AIS also has a web interface for users to query events. Here is the structure for the second monitoring center solution, Center v3. VMS version 18.3.3, AI Guard version 2.0 and cameras connected to Cloud Bridge Pro send PVD motion and AI events to Center v3. Center v3 then evenly distributes the events to the monitoring center operators for review using the operator viewer client software. Events can then be escalated and sent to supervisors for additional review and guidance. On the operator viewer client, operators can check the live view, playback and snapshot of the event and fill out the event details in the alarm report. Operators can also trigger I/O alerts on site if needed. Operators can manually mark objects of interest or use the Center v3 detection results. Once the supervisor receives the operator case, they can update the case details and status and close the case when the review is complete. With centralized host, operator, supervisor account management, load balancing and support for PVD and AI events, the cloud-based Center v3 streamlines the incident processing workflow, making it an excellent choice for large-scale monitoring centers.